All right, Shalom, Michael. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Green Millstone. I like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to title this lesson, The Stirring Up of the Times. Because now we are in the time, we are in the generation where the words of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to come to pass, man. We in that time, that generation where the turn of our Lord Yahweh Shai is coming, man. You know, and as you can see, uh, you can tell that these things are happening because how you measure the times. You measure the times by the events that play out throughout the planet Earth, and as you can see, these words are pretty much alive and well. It's in your face, man. You know, so matter of fact, I'm gonna start off with this in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, and verse 25. Let's see, bear with me. Yep, this is Ezekiel 12:25. It says, "For I am the Lord, I will speak the word." I will speak. See, and how the Lord speak by the way of the prophets. That's how Yahweh Shema Shai always have spoken, by the way of the prophets. It tells you. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3. In verse 7, it says, "Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets." See, so every time the Lord got something to say, he's pretty much that message is gonna be relayed by the way of the prophets. So the words that the Lord speak is prophecies, things that's gonna happen in the future, the near future, or back then it was for thousands of years, to come into play. But now we once again speaking these same words because we in that time, we in that the appointed time where these words was going to come to play, man. You know. So this back Ezekiel 12 in verse 25. It says, "For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass." See, and as you can see, it was a point in time where you had, I can say pretty much 5 years ago, 10 years, 5 years ago, you had some sort of a leg to stand on to scoff against this word, you know. But now we're in a time where this word is gaining steam. It's so many avenues you can go at it from to scoffing at it now. It's to the point now where there is no more scoffers. You can't say nothing. You can't speak against this word because it's in your face now. Starting the Apostle Elder when they spoke on concentration camps. Don't you see that in the news now? Speaking on the famine. Don't you see that now? In other various things, the different said parables that was spoken before it actually manifests. It's in your face now, man. So you seeing the words of Yahweh Shema Shai being spoken, and it's now coming to pass. It says, it says, it shall be no more prolonged. See, meaning what? It was ultimately it was going to be for a point of time where these words going to be, it was going to be on a point of time where these words are going to actually come to play. They're just like making a prediction about a certain team going to win, you know, it's going to happen eventually. And that's what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai did. It was going to be set up for a certain period of time where these words are going to actually come to pass, man. And it was going to be through the rulership of Esau, the so-called white man. How ironic, what the height of technology and pride and wickedness, and you don't think the Lord was talking about this time right here, man? It says, "For in your days, see, so in your generation, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, said the Lord power." See, so as you can see in this lifetime right here, this is where it's going to happen. This is where, and it said the Lord is going to say it and it's going to happen. Meaning, we're not going to be prophesying something that's going to happen 50 years down the line. No, we pretty much, we inching in on that day. And any time now, the water can break, you know, because the Lord ain't slack concerning his promise, man. As you can see, things are ramping up now. Everything's getting stirred up. It's a lot of commotions going on throughout the planet Earth, but that just further proves, that we in a transition of power. See, we in a process of the plucking up, man. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick in the book of Jeremiah 1, and I start at verse 9. It said, Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. See, meaning what? We speaking his words. We speaking the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, so, when the Lord sent forth a prophet, the prophets, it comes with the Lord, it comes with a message, man. There's a certain message that was going to be spoken, man. And then you read Jeremiah the 28th chapter, pretty much it says the prophets that have been before me and before thee old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, man. And that's what we prophesied, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And as you can see, these things are actually happening, man. Why? Because we are speaking the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It says, See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down. See, and how are we doing that? By the way of the words. It's by the words of Yahweh Shema Shai that this place is being moved out the way. It's by the words of the words of Yahweh Shema Shai that this devil is pretty much feel the walls closing in on him, and that's going to pretty much translate and is going to be he's going to use that into anger. It's going to be turned into anger, and so he's going to come down with great wrath. It's the words of Yahweh Shema Shai that's doing this, man, and it's stirring things up. The words stir things up, man. It says to build and to plant. So simultaneously, while this place is being thrown down, there's another kingdom being built up, which is the kingdom of Israel, man. The kingdom of heaven, man. So you see this place being torn down, you see it being plucked up, which being plucked up is not a smooth transition. It's rocky. You gotta, rocking back and forth to get those roots out. And ultimately when you ultimately pull it up all the way, you hear the roots snapping apart, and it's a violent act, man. And that's what you see now by the way of America, pretty much being destructured right now. Really, the so-called white man and his system as a whole is being destructured. It's being moved out the way. So, matter of fact, this the book of 2nd Esdras 4 and 37. 2nd Esdras 4 and 37. It said, by measure have he measured the times. See? And by number have he numbered the times. And see? And those pretty much are different chapters in the movie, man. It tells you that our Lord Yahushua, he made the worlds, man. When you go into that worlds, and that context, it goes into the ages, the eons, the ages, so the times. So it's just not one big time period, It was separated by the different rulerships, man. So each rulership had their time to rule, It says, and he doth not move nor stir them, see, until the said measure be fulfilled. And as you can see, we now in that said measure. Why? Because the words are coming out. The words are coming forth now. Things are happening. So you see, the times are now getting stirred up. See, we're going to another phase in history. We coming to another era, another age. And it's manifest, it's being made clear by the different events that's played out here. It's everything is stirring us. A lot of commotions. The planet Earth is on fire right now. So that just further prove that we in a transition right now. Which a transition, is not a smooth thing, man. It's not a walk in the park. No, it get to the point where, let's just say you don't notice it now. It's gonna get to a point you know this kingdom is gonna fall. When that money crash, when there's a great famine here, which all these things, the plays are already here, you know, but it tells you it's gonna come into its perfection here in Babylon the Great, man. You know, because you got famines going on, you got different countries where their financial structure is pretty much going to complete shits. But once it happens to America, then you're gonna know that this system is now being moved out the way. Matter of fact, because like I said, the said measure, meaning what it was gonna be. The Lord already said, okay, He's gonna rule for this long, with this and that. And when He do this, that's when I do that. Because dealing with these different rulerships and kingdoms, things play out. It wasn't just like the Medes ruled for so many years, and that was it. No, at different events played out during that rulership. And same thing we here in America, man. Different things play out, you know, during each tenure of these other nations, man. But then it also shows you when they're being moved out the way, when it's being stirred up with certain events, man. So this is Psalms, I think it's 46. Bear with me. Yep, Psalms 46, and I started at 1. It said, "The Most High is our refuge and strength, and a very present help in trouble." See, because that's a time we come into a time where we're gonna need divine intervention, man. In a time of trouble, because the so-called white man feel judgment is on his heels, man. And it said he feels the doors closing in on him. He know that he had but a short time. And how did he know that? It wasn't like he looked at the constellation and said, okay, we got so many. No, it's by the way of this message that he have caught ear of, that he's going to go down, man. So this is going to contribute to his great wrath, but it's going to take divine intervention to get out of this situation. It says, therefore will we not fear. See, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea. See, so we're not going to fear, because the Lord's going to put a spirit on us to not fear, man. And it started by the way of this, us proclaiming this truth, us going out in the highways and hedges, putting your face out there, calling out names, because you can consider this as a form of treason, so to speak. But the Lord put a spirit on us to pretty much just go out there, and don't think about, oh, the so-called white man arrest me off this. No, man. We preaching the words of Yahweh Hashem Shai. This is a decree from Yahweh Hashem Shai. It said, though the earth be removed, see, and the mountain be carried into the midst of the sea. And that's what you see now. We actually in the midst of this process right now, man. Like this man, his earth being removed, this system, this structure is being moved out the way. It says, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, see, they roar. And it's trouble, when the waters are troubled, it's stirred up. See, this man is stirred up. He's roaring. That's why you see, more draconian laws is coming forth. Like I said, this man, he's now showing his teeth. You see now that this man, he's now showing that he's on his heels now. He's showing you that now he gotta defend himself. Like you put a cat in a corner, anything in a corner, any type of beast, they're gonna use that defense mechanism by the way of a porcupine with his thistles, a dog with his teeth, a cat with his claws. It's gonna have to show forth. Why? Because it feels trouble. It feels like it's gonna die, and that's what you see with the so-called white man. He know, and deep down, and he see it, that he's coming to an end. So now the teeth is showing forth. That he's roaring. He's trying to ward you off. He's trying to scare you because he's scared. It said, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. Salah, see? So you see the mountains is shaking. It's being shaken and moved out the way. Just going back to the plugging. When you plug something, you got to shake it out of the ground. That's how you uproot it. It's shake to the point of an overthrow, man. And that's what you see with the so-called white man, his power structure. You just look at America. This place is being torn up from the inside out. So you cut the head off the serpent, the whole body gonna fall off, man. And that's what you seeing now. This man, the times are being stirred up. You see, Esau, it said the seed and the ways ruin. The people is stirred up. The planet Earth is on fire, you know, and it just further proves that this man is about to be moved out the way, you know. So matter of fact, let's get let's go back. Let's get this in Job 9. Job 9, and I start at 4. It says, "He is wise in heart and mighty in strength." And who is it talking about? He's talking about Yahweh Shemal Shai, who have hardened himself against him and have prospered. See? So Esau is pretty much trying to harden himself against Yahweh Shemal Shai. He's trying to somehow, some way get over that boundary. He's trying to add another second to his rulership. You know, that's how he's hardening himself. He don't want to take this down, take this L, you know, like everybody else had to. No, somehow, some way he's gonna he think in his work thinking that he's gonna prosper. That's why it's a great reset. That's why, they say in 50 years this is gonna happen, and this and that. They think that their house is gonna continue forever, man. But as you can see, it's a question mark right here, meaning what? Yahweh Shemal Shai always win. His word stands to the test of time. It says, which removeth the mountains, and they know not. See, this mountain is being now removed, which the mountain represents government, So this government is being moved out the way, man. It says, which overturneth them in his anger. See? So this which was planted is now being turned upside down. Matter of fact, let's go back to 2 Ezra 4. Because it said the Lord overturned this mountain in his anger. Because, what angers the Lord? You doing the total opposite of what he say, man. And we know that this place, America, is totally contrary to the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shemal Shai. But the Lord is the one that planted it to make a point, man. So his name can be declared and show you what wickedness is, man. So this is 2 Ezra 4, and I start at 28. It says, but as concerning the things that whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, see, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. See, so the evil is sown. It says it's a time to plant and the time to pluck up that which is planted. When I said the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. So the Lord planted America. The Lord gave this devil the power to rule. But also the trade for that is the destruction. He was planted ultimately so he can be destroyed. It said, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, see, so this mountain gotta be overturned. It gotta be plucked up and moved out the way. And if the place, see, America, whether evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that it's sown with good, see? So that just further prove that, we getting closer to the kingdom. Why? Because things are being stirred up. He's being moved out the way. You see this great shaking, Like I said, by the way, this man roaring with his draconian laws. His military is in your local news now. It's going to get to the point you're going to actually see tanks in the streets. It's going to get to the point you're going to see chipping stations. And then all of a sudden you hear the news, America is just entering into Iran. Russia just declared war on America. It's going to get to that point. We in that time. And it's just any day now. Any day now it can happen, man. But you see the times are now being stirred up. That just further proves that, this man is on his way out of here, man. So matter of fact, let's just end off with this in Revelation 12. Because it says he this man is, the Lord is not going to stir, because when you stir it up, that means you trouble. And this gonna be behind this man, him coming down with great wrath. Why? Because, matter of fact, let's just get it. Revelation 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. See, so that's the point of those. When you feel that war, you see them times are now getting stirred up. He know that we at the end of his chapter now, man. So this is gonna be the part of his. This is the reason why he's coming down with great wrath, because of this message. That okay, your time is up. This devil feel the clock ticking. You know, So the only way he can rationalize things out, his only instinct is to come down with great rap by the way of his military. But it just further proves the times are being stirred up. We come into another chapter. We just ended this man chapter. But the book continues. You can actually read the prophecy about the end of America and go to the next chapter and read about, you know, the kingdom, man. So this is not the end all be all. It's just the end all be all for the so-called white man. So yeah, I just hope to be edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say shalom to the elect that teaches word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. DTA, Abba Baba.